Hi, I'm Beth Perry. It's Friday, July 11, 2008. In this week's Beaker Beat, the FDA has a new way of communicating results in its approval process. The CEOs of the biggest life sciences companies recently took part in a survey. Find out what they said is most important to them. And what do you get when you cross three giant pharma rivals? You get enlightenment. Those are some of the top stories in this week's Beaker Beat. The FDA is announcing new language for communicating the results of drug applications. You get a very detailed letter. It used to be approved, approvable, or not approvable. And obviously those judgments could have a lasting effect on patients, companies, the industry, and investors. Well, now CDER, the Center for Drug Evaluation and Research, will issue what is called a complete response letter for drugs that are not approved, replacing the previous categories of approvable and not approvable. The motive is to provide more detailed language and feedback on their decision, eliminating vagueness for the company and for the investors. According to the FDA, the new letters will explain what's been overlooked in the application and sometimes offer advice on how to solve the problem. Opponents are wondering if this is really a good move, since FDA letters are not public, therefore not available to investors unless released by the company itself, which could leave room for the company to spin results. The new changes begin on August 11th. Now, some quick M&A news for you. Novartis is taking its acquisition of Alcon one piece at a time. Tuesday, it concluded the first step, with Novartis acquiring the first 25% of Alcon for a reported $11 billion. The total purchase is expected to ring up at $39 billion, and it's been the most significant acquisition of early 2008. Score one for German-headquartered Fresenius. According to the Associated Press, Fresenius is reportedly paying $3.7 billion in cash for U.S. generic drug maker APP Pharmaceuticals. Fresenius employs 116,000 workers worldwide and posted revenues of just under $18 billion last year. And the auction paddles are being waved as two companies battle it out for Belgium's InnoGenetics. FierceBiotech.com reports the bid would create the world's largest standalone molecular diagnostics company if San Diego-based GenProbe wins. But there's serious competition from the Netherlands' Solvay Pharmaceuticals, who recently trumped GenProbe's last offer by about $22 million. The deal's not done until InnoGenetics bangs the gavel, and we'll keep an eye on it for you. If you need more news now, we have several links of stories in our industry news section, so make sure you check that out. Now, remember back in 2001 when a few of the major airlines got together and created Orbitz? It was a way for them to compete with the online booking sites. The normally fierce rivals saw value in combining forces for the good of their bottom line. Well, this week, there are three major drug makers that are booking a similar ticket for success. Merck, Pfizer, and Eli Lilly have contributed $39 million to the Boston-based company Enlight. The idea is to create new technologies that can help researchers and pharmaceutical companies to overhaul the drug discovery process. With only 19 new drugs approved by the FDA last year, it's no wonder that the company's goal is to foster development of new technologies that can help the industry break out of its funk. Luke Timmerman from Xconomy.com says the reason the rivals are teaming up is because venture capitalists aren't bankrolling as many breakthrough technologies that drug makers can benefit from as they once did. And there's another big draw. Eli Lilly says they like Enlight's team of world-renowned scientists. Ever wonder what the titans of our industry worry about? According to a new survey being released later this month, the most important issue to CEOs is you, more so than regulatory obstacles or even the economy. More than 1,000 CEOs polled list the challenge of recruiting, retaining, and developing talent at the top of their list. 63% of the CEOs across the life sciences industry said people skills and talent concerns are the areas most in need of change. Regulatory issues came in with 53%, and market factors took an 8% slice of the pie. So the war for great talent in life sciences continues. Want the inside scoop on how to climb the company ladder? You should share and brainstorm, because collaboration was another key area that CEOs think needs improving. And speaking of collaboration, GlaxoSmithKline is adding more scientists to their staff in China. They're set to double the number of research and development employees over the course of 3 to 4 years while new facilities are being built. The Shanghai Center started operations last summer and has 170 employees on its current R&D roster. Johnson & Johnson, when they sold their first surgical dressings in 1885, it was back when they didn't have cell phones or fax machines, copiers or computers. The telephone had barely been invented in the late 1800s. They've had a lot of technology to keep up with over the years, and Monday they burst ahead of the other pharma companies by being the first in that pack to launch a YouTube channel. Here it is, the traditional red and white colors, the swirly J&J logo. They showcase a weekly focus. This week it's obesity, and they have videos and website links for friends to use. J&J's spokesperson said they had videos that were basically gathering dust, so this was a good way to use them. And a good place to use them, because YouTube has traffic of about 80 million viewers. And speaking of YouTube, J&J joins, you guessed it, Beaker on YouTube. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel next time you're there. It's Beaker.com. And you can watch Beaker Beat and our collection of other videos from around the industry. That's going to do it for this week. We'll see you next Friday. I'm Beth. That's going to do it this week. We'll see you next Friday. That's going to do it.